Good afternoon, everybody. RHAK Vandy here. RHAK Vandy's Life Lessons. This is a continuation, part two of the power of life is in the tongue, or the life and death is in the tongue. Um, I left off talking about in my last video the last year of my life, 2015, and the going-ons that have been happening in my life. I talked about how in 2014 I had what I felt was my dream job. I was traveling the world. I had a great salary. I was able to save some money and do some things that I've always dreamed of doing. Um, to my current status of being unemployed, having to move back home to my father's house, something that I never dreamed that I would have to do. Um, when I left my parents' home at 18, I never thought I'd have to look back. I never wanted to look back. But God has the final say so. And He does things in our lives that we don't have any control over. So, as I left off in part one, um, August 2015, my children were having to return to Louisiana to go back to school. So, before I decided to, or had to, take them back for school, I decided to go ahead and pack up my home, pack up all my belongings, put everything in storage, and venture out looking for work. Um, First, after we got everything packed up and in storage, I decided to go to East Texas. I looked in Beaumont, I looked Orange, different areas in East Texas with no luck. So, one of my best friends, Hobart Perry, was in San Antonio. So, I said I'm gonna go stay with my brother for a while and see what San Antonio got. I loved Texas. I loved Austin, San Antonio area, and I just thought I was supposed to be in Texas. I didn't think I was supposed to leave Texas. So, I ventured over to San Antonio. I stayed for 3 weeks, almost a month. Enjoyed my time with my brother. We did a lot of fun things, taking care of his kids, football practice, all those different kind of things. But nothing was turning up. Had been there for almost a month. No leads on a job. I had an interview, but it wasn't nothing. Nothing definite. So talked to my dad. He was like, "You left home at 18 and you've never been back." He said, "You left New Jersey after high school. You lived in Louisiana. You lived in Texas. You lived in Georgia. You never come home." So, after some convincing and checking my bank account, my money was starting to dwindle. I had applied for unemployment in June or July of 2015. Um, I knew I had a few weeks of that left, so I said, "I'm going home." So I packed up Bruno, my dog. Me and Bruno drove from San Antonio, Texas to Mooresville, North Carolina, my daddy's house, where I sit at currently. Um, it's the beginning of March. I've had some great leads, but nothing definite. I've been on some great interviews. Had an interview with Duke Power, some great companies, but I know God just it isn't right, or it wasn't right because I never heard anything back from him about it. So, um, you know, it is what it is. But since September 2015 until now, the beginning of March, that's 7 months. And even though I still don't have a full time job, I've had some great interviews. I joined a great church, New Birth, Charlotte. Love my church. My pastor is awesome. Um, I reconnected with my father, my sister, cousins, other family members that I never knew or, never had the opportunity to really connect with as an adult on an adult level. We always were friends as children, but never as adults. So um, I say all of that to say, you know, even though I am jobless, I'm doing what I feel God has ordained me to do. Um, it's a beautiful situation just without a job. I know my job is coming. I know that God has it, and that's what makes the difference. I've never given up on God because I know He won't give up on me. And I want you to know that too. Don't give up on your dreams, your hopes, being successful because God hasn't given up on you. And He's not going to let you down. So don't lose that faith. I can see everywhere God has taken me on this journey of my life, from all the areas that I lived in, my my prior marriage to my current relationship now, my relationship with my kids. All those things are becoming clear to me and why God has done those things in my life. Um, you may be in a valley, you may be at the top of your mountain. Like I thought I was when I had my dream job. I thought I was at the top of my mountain. Couldn't get any better. But um, as I fell back, to reality and to the valley, I don't want to say reality. Let me take that back because it's not reality. But it's the current situation that I live in. But I know that just like when I traveled to Dubai, just like when I traveled to Brazil, just like when I was in Canada or California, all the different things that my previous job provided for me, I know it was God. It wasn't the job. It wasn't me. Definitely wasn't me. Um, but it was God. And I know He will continue to bless me and He will bring me back to the point that He wants me. Um, I know the Lord has brought me out of a lot of other situations that I never thought I would get out of. And He's bringing me to better than what I had before. And He will do the same for you. He will bring you to where you have never been before. So keep the faith, trust and believe. Just like I continue to trust and believe, He will do the same for you. Just stay positive, on the right track, and trust in the Lord. Um, I know a lot of people are going through. I know a lot of people are unemployed. I have plenty of family members right now that can't get a job. But God is with you, and He provides. If He provides for the birds that you can hear chirping in the background, all these birds and all this stuff, if they live, we're 10 times smarter. So keep the faith, keep pushing, and believe God has better for you. Well, that's part two of The Power of Life and Death. RHAK Vandy, signing off. Peace.